name's Dani. Welcome to Reef Aquaria Design. Jeff is unfortunately out of town today in the Bahamas doing a research trip, so you'll be hanging out with me today.
Come on in.
Thank you. I am one of the aquaculture team members, and my primary role here is the jellyfish. So of course I'm going to show you my little babies today. We actually just got a shipment in. We got a shipment of inverts as well as fish in these two boxes, and our lovely aquaculture team is going to start unpacking them. And we have a list of what we got here today. So we have cocoa worm, a feather duster, a few wrasses, urchins, and fish. And so you can see here our normal protocol. What we do when we get the fish is look at our invoice to make sure that everything that we ordered has arrived and is healthy. How we'll do that is unboxing. We'll test the salinity and temperature of the bags in order to make sure that they match up with our labs as well. So we'll unwrap them, put them in buckets or pitchers, and then do a drip acclimation to make sure that they match our temperature and salinity of our lab. And so all of these are going to be spread out in our big coral lab, which is we call lab 3. And then they will go out to clients, whoever needs them. And so it's a very exciting day whenever we get a new shipment. Here we have Trochus snails. They're one of our popular inverts. We send them out on a monthly basis because they basically kind of maintain the client's aquariums to keep them in check. Here we have a diamond goby. These guys are really cute, very fast, and big jumpers. We have another one right here. You can see he's kind of excited, probably a little bit stressed. No one likes being in a tiny bag, but soon we will change that. While we're unpacking, especially with the inverts, as we're checking off what we have received and everything, we'll actually individually count them, which can take some time, especially with the snails, because we normally get around 150, 200 at a time. But we want to make sure that the snails we receive are healthy and that we're not just ordering shells and not snails, which is very important. When we get fish in, normally what we do first as we're unpacking is one of us will go, mostly everything goes into lab 3, which we can look at right now, is we'll look at what we currently have in stock in each system. And so we'll look to see the quantity and what species are in each tank to kind of see where each fish will fit best, to make sure that we're not going to have competing fish. There's going to be too much aggression or someone's going to get hurt. So that's what we're doing right now. Now what we're going to do, the next step is to unbag the fish. And so we have 2 in here. As you can see, the 2 bags in here are Millennium Fairy Wrasses. They're both very similar looking, of course, and they're both going to go into this system. So one of our processes first is we set up our drip line, so it's connected to the tank that they're going to go into, so it can slowly start acclimating to the tank water from what's in the bag. And so we'll go ahead and open this up. And so at the beginning of every acclimation, we'll use a HANA test to compare the salinity and temperature in the bucket, what the water they came in versus the tank. And this can kind of help us figure out how long it's going to take to acclimate. And then we're going to see kind of around what they need to get to. It's just so it doesn't stress out any animals more than they already have been with shipping. So we know that they have a decent ways to go. So we'll leave that dripping, come back, we check it about every 10 minutes to see whenever it's ready. And we are going to get these guys acclimating as well. And And even though I have the drip line from the top one, like I said, they're all the same system. That way I don't have to get up on the ladder yet. These guys are gonna take a little bit, but we have the steady drip line, so we'll check back in 10 minutes. So welcome to our jellyfish lab. Everything we do for jellyfish happens right here in this room. From the beginning when they're just tiny little polyps all the way to these big medusas that you see here today. So most of the jellyfish in this lab are from the same batch, which we call batch one. Pretty simple enough, just because they're from the first batch that we started when we did a complete restart. And so as you can see, many of these jellyfishes are different sizes, even if they're from the same batch. You see that guy is maybe an inch, not even, until you come over here and you see these giant medusas that are ranging close to 7-8 inches. Well, the reason for the difference in these jellyfish is basically different nutrition. And so we're constantly sorting them out by size because the larger jellyfish will outcompete the smaller ones. And in order to basically maximize the growth of these jellyfish, we're constantly increasing nutrition as well as sorting them out, as you see here today. And like I said, everything from the polyps to the giant medusas happens in-house. So the way we do that is by inducing strobilation. So these jellyfish that you see here will produce eggs and sperm that will settle and become polyps. And that's when we move them over into this system here. So this is our polyp system. And if you look really close, you can see these tiny little pink dots. So these are our polyps. And so these will one day grow to be the giant medusas that you see. So what we do is we take these crates and we will induce strobilation. So it includes stressing the polyps out a little bit in order to make them burst into Aquaria, and those Aquaria will then grow into these medusas. So everything stays internal, which is such a great process that we have here, so you know where everything's coming from. In order to grow them, like I said, nutrition's very key. So every tank here is on automatic feeder, as you can see here. And these feeders go off 8 times a day, and they're all connected to a bucket of baby brine shrimp that's also enriched. And so these go off 8 times a day, but we also give them a dry food called golden pearls just to help them grow. The only system that's an exception of this is over here. So this one is currently on an AF4. So an AF4 is an automatic feeder that feeds frozen food. So we'll freeze brine, put it in the automatic feeder, and then it will dose out today. And so this is kind of an ongoing experiment that we're doing to see how the different food comparisons are between the two and how it affects growth as well as the general stability of the jellyfish. So that's something cool that we have going on right now. One other thing that we have in this lab that's key to the jellyfish health is rotifers. So when the jellyfish are tiny, when they're Aquarias, they can't actually eat the brine shrimp. So how are we gonna feed them? So we use rotifers. So we have 2 cones here. We actually just started a new batch of rotifers, and we'll collect these and then we'll manually feed the baby jellyfish like that. And so that's mostly what's going on in this lab. We're constantly doing water changes, sorting, and just making sure that the jellyfish have general health. So it's been a couple hours since these guys started acclimating. We're back with the Millennium wrasses in this bucket here. As you can see, the bucket started to fill up from the drip line filling it as they acclimate. So we're just gonna do another test to make sure that the salinity is correct, the temperature is closed, and then we'll check the bucket. They're ready to be put in the tanks. There we go. And so this one's gonna go up on the top tank, same system. Now that we see that that the fish are ready to be added to the aquarium, I'm gonna grab my net. I'm gonna do one fish at a time with the net. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.